And all over the floor, you can see each player preparing for the game ahead, pushing out distractions and getting into the zone. Giving the gift of basketball here on this Christmas Eve. Welcome, everyone, to the NBA on 2K Sports. Here with Grant Hill and Richard Jefferson, this is Brian Anderson. Joining us from the sidelines, Allie LaForce. And the latest power rankings. We're still in December, but we are starting to see things take shape in the NBA. You take a look at the Wolverines. They're a rising team climbing to 5th on the board.
Seeing where Florida is, they're sitting tight in the number 3 spot, one of the league's elite teams, with every right to be confident no matter who they face.
A look at the opening lineup for Florida, and it's the Wizard in at the center position. Grant, these are two teams with some of the highest assist rates in the league.
Yeah, B.A., and it really goes to show the unselfish attitude they both have. Not to mention how many skilled passers are on both rosters.
So Florida wins the tip. And here's Stewart. Pass to Lee. Got a piece of it. The three-pointer off the mark. Here's Florida now.
Sometimes it's difficult to get good looks on the road, but they ran the offense brilliantly.
Yeah, they seem unfazed by the hostile environment. I mean, just look at how efficiently they shot the ball.
The Wizards' shot is off. Pass to Pittman. And now just over a minute played here in the first. From the arc. Drops in the three.
The first of many tonight. Both teams have legit offensive talent.
And if everything goes to plan, this could be a very fun matchup to watch.
Now here's Stewart. Looking at the numbers, he's putting up 7 points a game. Here's the Wizard. Right wing. The Wizard passes to the Wizard. 6 on the shot clock. Florida with another miss.
A very sluggish start on offense. 4 attempts with nothing to show for it.
Pass to Pittman. And it's Lee with the rebound. For Florida, they've gone 0 for 4, missing their first 4 attempts. The Wizard passes to Lee. Here's the Wizard. Checking the numbers. He's averaging close to 15 a game. Pass to the Wizard. Lee, the pass to the Wizard. There's the triple. This is another. He's 0 for 4.
So far this quarter, he's been out of sync and might be pressing right now.
Grant, the thing about Jaylen Brown, he doesn't need a lot of space to get his shot off.
You know, B.A., he has a quick release and rises high on his jumper. Has a great up fake and can stop on a dime. Usually all the space he needs to find his shot.
And so now a timeout called by Doug Christie. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. And now in December, here's what the Eastern Conference standings look like. Taking a look at Florida, here around the midway point, they've proven to be a top 3 team in their conference. A game and a half behind.
Right now for the Wolverines, when you think about it, everyone expected them to be an elite team. Now, obviously they've had problems thus far, but there's still a lot of time left for them to turn this season around.
And it's early. A lot of teams battle adversity in the first part of the season. It's just a matter of getting through it and not getting discouraged.
Another miss. Boy, they're in a funk right now. Gone just 2 for 4 from the floor. A quick look, no good that time. Florida trails by 6. Stewart outside. Pass to Lee. rebound by Pittman. Gets it to go. That makes him 2 for 3 in this game.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
Yeah, when he gets engaged this early in the game, it's bad news for the defense. He can roll this start throughout the rest of the game.
Here's the Wizard. He's scoreless. Stewart, the pass to Lee. 13 feet out. Rebound by Pittman. Pittman's got 4 rebounds now. The 3 is up. No good.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Out to the wing. Stewart, the pass to Conlon. Here's Lee. He's averaging more than 12 a game. A consistent threat on offense. Florida moving the ball around. Stewart outside. Let's go with a 3. The rebound by Pittman. Pittman's got his 5th rebound in this one. McDonald. Pass to Pittman. McDonald. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. Florida trails by 8. To get back on track, the Wizards' shot is off.
It's just so hard to score in this league, especially when you're out of rhythm. You got to feel for him tonight.
Nice move. Count that bucket. He has 7.
They've shown so much energy right from the start, particularly on the offensive end.
They came out swinging, really setting the tone on offense, and the opposition has not been able to respond.
And so now a timeout called by Doug Christie. I think right now he might be looking at some adjustments. Ingram's checked in for Florida. Let's have a look at the teams who have been shooting the ball the most consistently these past 10 games.
Well, over this last stretch, they look very confident at the offensive end. And when your shooters are feeling it like that, oh, look out.
To the left side wing. Back to Lee. Pass to Ingram. Stewart outside. Here's the Wizard. Lee on the wing. Clock at 6. Here's the Wizard. Still without a bucket.
So far, rebounding has been a focal point for them.
Pass to Pittman. Puts up a 3, and he gets it to go. 4 for 6 so far.
Talk about putting a team on your back. He has been dominant this quarter, and I don't think they are winning without him.
And he lobs it up. McDonald, covered by Ingram. McDonald, rebounded by Ingram.
And you don't see that every day. Usually he'll convert when he gets that close to the rim.
Back to Stewart. Pass to the Wizard. Stewart outside. To the inside. Here's Lee. And that time also a missed shot.
And there comes a point when, for the team's sake, you might want to move it. He's hurting him with all of these misses.
So far, they're owning both ends of the floor. We'll see if they can keep this going.
They came out and bum rushed them. Huge difference in activity level from both teams tonight.
And so now a timeout called by Doug Christie. He's going to take a moment to give him a breather and talk things over. Here we can check out the story for him.
And over the last 5 games, his field goal percentage has increased. And you can make a case his confidence as well because of this.
Here's Lee. No points yet.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
Pass to the Wizard. Now Ingram. To the paint. Just 5 on the clock. Out to the right wing. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down.
At last, their cold streak is over. They finally found something that worked.
Yeah, the lid's now off, guys. Maybe they can rattle off a few more in a quick order.
And off target. He starts the game 0 for 1.
And they've come out with a fearless approach on the boards.
He's someone opposing defenses have a hard time game planning for.
Tries from 6 feet. Rebound Florida. Pass to the Wizard. There's 47 seconds left in the first quarter here. Off the mark. Had a chance there to trim it to single digits. For 3. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
This is when good players really get after it. He can sense that they're reeling, and he's going to put his foot on the pedal.
And so now a timeout called by Doug Christie. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. So both teams changing it up here. Florida trails by 14. About 3 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Lee. It's tipped.
Oh, wow. Easy at the score this quarter. And it's not for a lack of trying. They just need him to make something.
McDonald. From outside the arc. Connects from downtown. He's got 13.
They've really built this lead on the back of their perimeter game.
We'll see if they can keep this pace. Not sure they can win it by relying on just the 3.
And a double-digit lead on the scoreboard as we end the first quarter of play. Leading by 17. And we'll be back in just a minute with the start of the second quarter. We welcome you back to second quarter action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And from what we've seen here from the home team, what's your take so far?
Well, it's simple. When you can dominate the boards at both ends, you can control the second chance touches.
And rebounding numbers sometimes be overlooked at, but they can have a big effect on the outcome.
Taking a look at Florida. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Thanks a lot, guys. Jason Tatum keeping the main thing the main thing. He said there are players that get caught up in the lifestyle, and they choose that over the game. The money is a plus, yes, but I truly love the game because I love basketball, not for the things that come with it. Back to you guys.
You'd love to hear it. Allie, thanks very much for the report. Brown with a screen. Here's Lee. No made baskets yet. Back to Ingram. High arcing shot. Oh, he missed it. Making him 1 for 2 now.
Nice rebound. Trying to match the other team's intensity right now.
No good on the wing 3.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
Here's Lee. Oh, a nice one-handed slam right there.
And what an aggressive move to the rim. He's really trying to fire up his teammates right now.
Boy, it's not hard to feel inspired after a teammate makes that kind of finish.
And that could be the spark they needed to make a little run as they try to even this thing up.
Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Wow, that type of finish is just deflating right now for a team that's trying to make a comeback.
Ouch. That's certainly a big-time finish right there. It was one big exclamation point, or maybe even a question mark. Here's Lee. Last game for him, he picked up 13. With time running down on the shot clock. He's got 6.
He took it right to the rack, and look, there's no one that can stop him.
And so Joe Mazzulla decides to call a timeout. Coach taking this moment to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. So both teams making some changes here, and the three-point contest is one of the highlights of All-Star Weekend. Here are some of the contenders who have a shot to compete in the event.
And perhaps that list changes a little between now and All-Star Weekend, but I would have no problems if those guys end up competing.
He's right on the cusp of securing his spot in the three-point contest. So I hope those votes keep pouring in because he's a guy you'd love to see in the mix.
Yeah, if he can make it in the door, you know he will do everything he can to win the whole thing, and it'll be a lot of fun to watch.
And this year's contest is really shaping up to be one to remember. Plenty of dead-eye shooters on that list so far.
And lots of guys have a three-point shot now, but this list is really the cream of the crop when it comes to putting up long-range bombs.
And about 3 minutes played now in the second quarter. And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. And players these days with great ball hands, but occasionally getting away with a carry at times.
Oh, you know, B.A., the old discontinued dribble. I mean, this might be where tracking cameras can start to help because that's such a tough call for an official to assess in the moment.
And he can't get the first one. And no luck at the stripe this time. Second one won't fall. Got nothing to go out of 5 attempts so far this quarter. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. He's got 15.
Look, they are in front right now because of him. He keeps draining these shots at a ridiculous clip.
Down low. Pass to Conlon. Florida moving the ball around. To the wing on the left. Florida needs to get off a shot here. Here's Lee. Misses the 3. Used the pump fake well, but he couldn't capitalize. McDonald. And it's Conlon with a rebound.
Clean look from mid-range. Coach will probably want to run that play again.
Here's Lee. And there's the lob.
It's harder to thread those passes inside, but the reward is evident.
Got 2 of 7 attempts to drop since the end of the first quarter. McDonald fires hitting the triple.
Another triple for him. His 4th of the night after that monster first quarter where he hit 3 of them.
And so now a timeout called by Doug Christie. He'll take the opportunity to regroup.
Yeah, hoping to tap into something that'll get them clicking.
Yeah, they need to regroup and maybe try and draw something up that can get them a clean look at the basket.
Florida making a switch here. Stewart's checked in. And in terms of assist numbers, these are the players that have stood out over the past month. to Lee. The layup off target.
Just an ugly show from him offensively. Yep, no way to describe it, just ugly, and that hasn't helped.
A chance to get a quick injury report.
Hey guys, the head athletic trainer for Florida provided some info for us. Right now there's some pain and stiffness in the knee and some tenderness along the inside of the knee. Looks like a strained MCL. It's not enough to keep this gamer out of action though. He's making a go of it. Guys?
Allie, thanks for the info.
Yeah, there's a lot of anticipation around this, as always, when dealing with injuries.
Hits a three-pointer.
That's been typical of their performance today. They're sharing the ball and creating good shots.
And with Jaylen Brown on the wing, he feels like any given night he has the advantage in his matchup.
He's either too fast for the big guys or too strong for the small guys. That's the problem. He is a handful on both ends of the floor also.
Pass to Pittman. That's tipped. And he's all alone. Here's Stewart. And he lays it in on the break. Gone 4 of 10 from the field in the second. McDonald, covered by Ingram. Shot clock at 6. Yep, that one goes. He's got 5.
Just continuing to pile it on, refusing to let up.
If he has space in the mid-range, he'll let it fly. Doesn't matter if the score is tied or they are up big.
Now here's Stewart. Fires for 3. Sinks the tray.
Number 25, 3.
Gotten 5 of their first 11 shots to fall here in the second quarter. And so Joe Mazzulla calls the timeout. He's going to take a minute to regroup with his players. Florida making a switch here. Behind the arc. Oh, his shooting remains on point. 3 for 4 thus far.
This defense is getting spaced out. 3 of the last 5 buckets have come from way beyond the arc.
Out left to the wing. Florida moving the ball around. The Wizard passes to Brown. And there's the screen. Inside. Oh, a great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and a nasty jam.
He knew exactly where his man was going to be. Outstanding lead pass.
Here's Pittman. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. And out of bounds, Florida will have it.
The ball goes to Florida.
On Monday, and then on Friday. Florida making a switch here. Florida trails by 17. Pass to the Wizard. Back to Stewart. Here's Conlon. Here's Lee. 1:41 left in the first half. Back to Stewart. 6 to shoot. They set a pick. Lets the 3 fly. The rebound by Pittman. Pittman's got rebound number 8 now.
I'll tell you what, they've rebounded the ball tremendously well.
And the Wizard pulls it down. For Florida, they've gotten 7 of 13 attempts to go here in the second. Pass to the Wizard. Here's the Wizard. Looking to end this cold spell. Gone 6 of 14 in the second quarter. Here's Pittman. Soft touch off the glass.
When they get their opportunity to punch it inside, they don't hesitate.
Pass to the Wizard. Here's Conlon. Here's Lee. Lee on the wing. Here's the Wizard. His first shot attempt. Misses off the right iron. Pass to Pittman. Stewart defends. Here's Pittman. No good. Misses at the buzzer. So as we conclude the first half, a fairly one-sided game. Up 19. And we'll be back with you shortly.
Hello, everybody. We're here to break it all down, and through the first half of play, it's a very commanding lead.
They're really hitting the boards, making a major effort. That's a big reason why they're up.
Well, as the rebounding expert on the crew, I'm giving them the O'Neal stamp of approval, which is hard to earn. Congrats, guys.
And let's switch it up. Here's a look at some of the possible contenders for this year's dunk contest.
This is a contest where sometimes you get guys who don't play much. So a lot of their best dunks happen in practice. Makes the evaluation a lot harder.
Word gets out, though, Kenny.
Thanks, as always, for watching. Let's head back to Brian Anderson and crew for the start of the second half.
Just about ready for the second half here. A big comeback is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. There's a screen. Takes a three. Rebound Florida. Lee's got 4 rebounds in the game. And for Florida, and it's Stewart in at the point guard position. Pass to Conlon. Here's Lee. And here's Stewart. Lets a floater go. Here's the Wizard. And the baseline jumper, no good. Shooting 44%, a pretty decent clip. Pittman. Rebound Florida. Conlon's got 5 rebounds tonight. And for Florida, and it's Lee in at the 2-guard spot. It's Stewart, high post. Pass to Conlon. Now here's Stewart. Here's the Wizard. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. Florida shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
Number 20, taking 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
And he drops the first. And good on the second, so he makes them both. They have really been in control of this one.
You don't want to get complacent here.
Pass to Pittman. Three-pointer. And the Wizard pulls it down. The Wizards got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Conlon. Here's the Wizard. And the 3 off target.
It's clear he's totally out of sync. The team needs to rethink its strategy around what to do with him.
Here's Pittman. Shot blocked.
An ominous start to the second half. They are now 0 for 4.
Here's Lee. Banked it in off the glass. Lee's got his 2nd basket.
No settling for an outside shot there. They went right to the hoop.
Second half of play here with just under 2.5 minutes passed. McDonald. Tipped.
Things have been a little bumpy coming into the second half. 5 straight misses.
Stewart outside. Here's the Wizard. Four on the clock. Blocked!
He's just basically a body out there right now, nothing else. The team is struggling, and he hasn't been able to help them out at all. That's just unfair with that advantage height-wise. You can just shoot over him from deep.
Florida trails by 18. Pass to Lee. A little under 3.5 minutes off the clock now in the third quarter. And down it goes. 2 points. Lee's got 6.
Whew, just selling the defense on the pump fake.
Pass to Pittman. Nifty move. And that's 2 points on the layup. He's got 5.
And the defense has no one to blame but themselves. I mean, they just let him get right to the rim.
That's a great possession. Put your best players in a position to succeed.
Here's Lee. He has 6. To the left wing. Here's the Wizard. Played it in with a nice touch off the window.
Hey, they're just getting pushed around inside.
Oh, got a piece of it. Here's Lee. He's averaging more than 12 a game. A consistent threat on offense. The rebound by Pittman.
And they're +5 on the boards after that rebound.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. Technology is key for NBA growth. Commissioner Silver said we can now see where we lose viewers. For example, stoppages for replays. One way around that is creating technology that can instantaneously make objective calls like out of bounds, and in doing so, create a better pace to the game. Guys, back to you.
All right, Allie, thanks for the report. And that one's good. Stewart.
And that's on the defense, giving him a decent look. That's his shot.
McDonald. They grab their own miss. Count the basket. Pittman's got his 3rd basket on the night right there.
Hard work pays off with a rebound and a bucket. That's just great fundamental.
Florida moving the ball around. The Wizards' shot is off. Shooting just 36% in the third. Pass to Pittman. 4-3. Rebound Florida.
Oh, man, he can't get anything to fall. You can feel his frustration.
Yeah, right now, he's just in his own head. Not much you can do to try and push through it.
Flying in with the one-hand slam.
That right there was a statement finish. Stewart defends. Lets it go from deep. Rebound Florida. The Wizards got 6 rebounds here tonight.
He had it flowing from long range in the first half. Not sure what changed.
Pass to Stewart. Here's Conlon. Here's the Wizard. Here's Lee. The layup misses.
Nothing just seems to be bouncing his way today. Mama said there'd be days like this. They have missed his production.
Nails it from 3.
Defensive mix-up there. He's the last guy you want to leave open.
And timeout called by Doug Christie. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy. These are the highest scoring teams in the NBA.
This team has really found a great offensive rhythm lately. Running smart plays, sharing the ball, and racking up points.
Florida trails by 18. Now Stewart. He's got 5. Pass to Ingram. Over to the left wing. To the middle. And a slam dunk by Ingram.
He may not have that traditional power forward build, but his bounce, well, that kind of levels the playing field.
You know, Grant, for all his competitive nature, Tatum has a pretty calm demeanor. You appreciate that?
Yes, indeed. As a team leader, a father, a role model, and a professional, you can't ask for much better than Jason Tatum. He is the real deal.
He misses the free throw. Well, Richard, some stars are the system. But Jason Tatum is often admired as a selfless system player.
Yeah, Jason enjoys being a piece of the greater puzzle. He doesn't have to have everything run through him, and I know that makes his teammates happy.
Good on the second one. Florida with the ball. 17-point game. Stewart with it. 5 points in the game. Picked his pocket. Here's the break. There's 1:17 left in the third. To the paint. Here's Pittman. And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
Come on, B.A. He sure can rise.
Grant, that's as good as it gets. One of the best in the league.
You have to credit their effort. I mean, they've done an amazing job on the glass.
Buries it down low. Pittman's got 6.
Good heads-up basketball. Sees an opening and capitalizes.
Now here's Stewart. Looking at the numbers, he's putting up 7 points a game. Pass to Lee. Florida moving the ball around. Clock at 6. Down low. Here's Ingram. And a slam dunk by Ingram.
Oh, I love that possession for them, ending with an assisted bucket.
From 17, he got it up in time, but it would not fall for him. And here at the end of the third, it's a double-digit ball game. Up 19, and we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get set for quarter number 4. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today coming from an unlikely position. It's the big fella with the sweetest pass of the day.
I feel like we've seen more slick passing big men in the league today than we've ever seen.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Out to the right wing. Here's the Wizard. Can't cash it in from close range. Taking a look at Florida, and it's Ingram in at the 4. That one drops for him.
They are passing the ball around tremendously right now.
Florida trails by 21. And despite the NBA's popularity, some folks criticizing the wide-open style of play.
Yeah, you know, B.A., some of the artistry is lost when guys are mostly hunting for open threes. But for some teams like the Celtics and Warriors, that's been a championship-winning formula. And, well, we all know it's a copycat league.
About 1 minute played here in the fourth quarter. Pass to the Wizard. Shot clock at 6. Here's Conlon. Gets the 3 ball to go.
The way he can elevate over a defender from deep, very tough to contain outside the arc.
This is why you want ball movement and player movement.
And that's made it hard for the defense to key in on any one individual.
There's the 3. Rebounded by Ingram. Ingram's got his 6th rebound on the night. And a little over a minute and a half gone by in the fourth. To the left wing. The Wizard passes to Ingram. Oh, it's blocked. It deflects off the backboard. McDonald. And a miss there on the triple.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
They set the pick. We're in the fourth quarter here. Just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Pass to Lloyd. Fires it. Doesn't fall. Now 4 for 6. Gotten just 1 shot to fall out of 3 attempts in the fourth. Inside. Ingram with the double team. Launches a 3. And it's Conlon with a rebound.
And that's exactly how tightly you have to guard him every time he steps to the arc. He's just that good.
Pass to the Wizard. Looking to get back on track. Misses at the rim. Shooting an average of 43% for the floor. Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by now. McDonald. Another miss. They desperately need a bucket. Florida trails by 18. Here's Lloyd. Pass to the Wizard. Will not go. Misses off the front iron.
He hasn't done a whole lot to help their cause today. They could have used more offense from him.
And Joe Mazzulla calls timeout here. He was quite emphatic, demanding the timeout, clearly wanting to address strategy with his team. One side is dominated tonight.
Yeah, they've done a fantastic job of imposing their pace and style of play.
The free ball. Rebound Florida. Here's Lee. Pass to Stewart. Got it. Good job in the low post. Got 1 out of 6 shots to fall in this final quarter. Not ideal. And out of bounds. Florida will have it.
Ball goes to Florida.
Florida trails by 16. Here's Lee. Sweet little floater.
The floater is so tough to defend against. Nothing defenders can really do but shake their heads.
To snap the cold streak. Pass to Pittman. This one for 3. And the Wizard pulls it down. For Florida, they've gotten 3 of 8 shot attempts to find the net here in the fourth quarter. Stewart outside. Five on the clock. Pass to the Wizard. The 3 is up. That one doesn't drop. The Wizards gone 1 for 4 from the field. Here's Pittman. Oh, he got him with a pump fake, but he couldn't finish.
Sometimes it's just not your night. Fortunately, his teammates have picked up the slack.
Stewart outside. Florida moving the ball around. Pass to the Wizard. Stewart outside. 3-pointer off the mark.
Just enough of a shot contest to bother him.
It's money from deep.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You gotta show some fire and keep defending.
And we've got a timeout called by Doug Christie. He wants to make sure everyone is aligned, given the situation right now. And while we have a moment here, let's take a look at our player of the game, someone who really took over and earned this award tonight.
Just an effective weapon for them on the inside tonight. He was such a reliable option for them on offense with his muscling his way to the basket from the low block.
It's evident that this crowd loves him. And with the way he's playing, it's easy to see why. He's really delivered for them time and time again. Loose for 3. Can't get it to go.
He's trying to force his way into a rhythm, but that's not helping the team.
All right, time for an injury report.
He let me know that it's a strained hip, which causes plenty of soreness and shooting pain in that area. As we get into the season, injuries becoming more common. In this case, he's been given the green light to keep playing. He'll just have to be more careful moving forward. Guys?
All right, Allie, thank you. This injury certainly looks like it could be serious.
Here's hoping it's not, but yeah, this team may have to get used to playing without him for a bit.
And you just hate to see any injury, but potentially a serious one like this breaks your heart.
1:35 left in the fourth quarter. He lets it go. Oh, can't hit the jumper.
This has not been his best quarter.
Yeah, he needs to mix things up on the offense. He simply just can't keep missing shots at this rate because he's destroying his teammates.
And the distance between the point totals for these teams tells the whole story. Just a fantastic effort, and you have to give it up for the Wolverines.
Seemed like the sheer volume of three-pointers today was the deciding factor.
And they'd hit one and then just dial it up again. And it worked.
And they earned win number 9. Each win so important in this league. 51 seconds left in the final quarter. Pass to Pittman. Here's the three. Rebound Florida. Stewart outside. To the inside. Yes, sir! Bank it in the layup.
Stewart.
Boy, this could snowball if they continue to put up points.
I can't say enough about their performance.
They get the victory. They didn't have too many problems tonight.
They didn't. Just a tremendous team effort. Once they had that big lead, they were not going to let the visitors back into the game.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Grant Hill, Richard Jefferson, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. And before we go, we'll leave you with our player of the game.